Yes, in fact, I've just been informed that John Clifford Moodey is on the line. John, good morning to you and welcome to the show.
Good morning to you and good morning to your listeners.
Well, John, I'm not too sure whether, we should say that your move to ActionSA has come as a surprise, considering the fact that we've seen so many DA members in the past, obviously, who have resigned and have now moved over looking for a new political home. Now, just to look at yourself in a particular and to understand your thinking and what actually prompted your move to Action SA.
Well, in the first instance, Mashaba's integrity as an individual, the hard work that he had put in during the period of time that he was the mayor of Johannesburg. He did things without fear or favor and always acted in the interest of the most marginalized and the most impoverished, but also taking into consideration the fact that you have to serve everyone. So the man's work ethic in the first instance is something that has really attracted me to the party. The other, of course, is having listened to and read up on them and being part of inquiring as to how did they come to the conclusion to establish a political organization. And it emanates from calls of thousands of South Africans to Herman when he left as the mayor of Johannesburg to form something new. And the something new that he formed was not just a political party. They then started what is called the People's Dialogue, where they went across the length and breadth of South Africa and also via social media platforms, inviting people to South Africans, ordinary South Africans, to explain what they see as the problems that we face as a nation and also to come up with solutions. And there was over 33 million interactions with people on social media and also physical and on other platforms. And from that, there was over 4 million actual submissions and real professional submissions to the tune of about 150,000 submissions on issues ranging from crime to economy to gender-based violence, everything that you and I think we know about in South Africa and how to find solutions to. Ordinary South Africans have been consulted. They've come to the fore and they have said, these are the problems we face, these are the challenges, and these are the solutions. So it's not a group of politicians or people sitting in a room deciding that we believe that these are the issues that South Africa faces and this is what we see as the solutions. It was a very strenuous consultation process, and it's an ongoing consultation process with ordinary South Africans so that we can make a difference. And that call via the People's Dialogue has led to, of course, the Action SA as a political party, because you cannot, sorry, I'm in a bit of a noisy area, you cannot fight elections as an organization unless you are either a registered political organization or as an independent. But because of the support that has been, and interest that has been shown, of course, Action SA as a political party has been established. So it is that that has attracted me to Action SA. Because believe you me, I've received offers from most political parties that are existing in South Africa presently, and also from NGOs and even from business. But I'm I wouldn't say a political animal, because that is one thing. I'm committed to South Africa. I've always served the people of South Africa, either as a civil servant in my first life after leaving school, and as a trade unionist, and then of course first going into business, and then thereafter joining the then DP, and of course the rest is history. So it seems to me that there is a new leaf in my life, my political life. And when I did resign from the DA, I did make it very clear that I'm not lost to serving South Africa and fighting for that cause for a better South Africa.
John, for someone like yourself, and we can call you a veteran civil servant, and someone who has spent, a fair amount of your life serving people, serving the people of South Africa, and also having been associated on the in the political landscape. And looking at where we are at this point in time politically, and I know there are many politicians like yourselves, many veterans, from across all political spectrums and political parties and organizations that are looking for a political home. Considering where we are as a country at this point in time, considering what we see around us, and to find this ideal political home that will take South Africa forward, because we are in a very, very precarious situation right now politically.
Yes, I think that we have run out of time as South Africa. We have until 2024 to either pull things together, or else it's going to collapse absolutely, and we're going to not just become, we will be another Zimbabwe. We see how our economy is already in the doldrums and collapsing too. So we need to, as South Africans, heed the call of South Africa. And that is for us to take hands and say, as South Africans, we want something. We don't want something new. We want our South Africa back. We want a leadership that has integrity. We want leadership that puts the people, in a sense, the interests of the people first, and that are serious about making a change for the better. And that is what it is. ActionSA is exactly what it says. It says ActionSA, let's do it together. Because this is our South Africa. It's not mine, it's not hers. It's ours, yours and mine. And that is why we're saying to South Africans, come on. We can just remain beyond the wayside, criticizing, pointing fingers and saying South Africa is losing the plot, and do nothing about it. But here's the thing, in my previous life, I fought with many thousands of other South Africans. We fought for liberation, and we were prepared to lay down our lives to bring about democracy in South Africa. And many thousands, tens of thousands of our people did lay down their lives, because blood did flow to bring about the new South Africa. But here's the thing, we cannot give up on the fight and the quest for a better South Africa, which is still eluding us. And here's the thing, I don't want my children and grandchildren, or your grandchildren and children, to leave South Africa and to go and find a home somewhere else, when this beautiful country of our birth and this continent of ours has so much to offer, and especially the goodwill of our people. Because, we could have been up in flames 25 years ago, 26 years ago, but we didn't go out in flames. There was hope for South Africa. I remember going overseas immediately thereafter. The world hailed us as this miracle nation. Today, when you go to border posts, people look at you and kind of laugh, and you say, oh, another banana republic, another failed African state. Yes, I'm proudly South African, and I want all South Africans to know that the future does not lie in the hands of a political party. The future lies in your hands, in our hands. Let us go out there, let's go and register in the first instance to go and vote. 10 million South Africans, who are eligible to vote did not register in 2019. And 9 million people who were registered just didn't go out to vote. If 19 million South Africans went to cast their vote, we'd have a different South Africa today.
Now, also, John, just looking at, we've seen a number of other senior DA members, and we know that, when you announced your resignation, you said that you were no longer happy with the direction that the party had taken under its interim leadership, and you were also set to face charges of misconduct. But looking at some senior people from the DA, I must add that have now moved across to join ActionSA, and not only from the DA, we're seeing politicians from other political affiliations, the ANC, and also, this is a former EFF Gauteng chair who has now gone across. Now, it does appear as if ActionSA is drawing politicians from right across the board.
It is so. But, when you had COPE, you had people from the ANC moving over. When you had EFF, you had people from the ANC moving over. Here it is. We're having ActionSA, we're not just having politicians, but believe you me, we are having people from the legal fraternity, from business, from all walks of life, senior individuals joining ActionSA, from all walks of life and from all strata of society and from all race groups in South Africa. And that is what is really exciting. You know, you made the remark that I left. You know, I worked very hard building the DA because, and I didn't waste my time in the DA. Let me make it very clearly. Made it very clear. The DA was a vehicle for me to be able to contribute to a better South Africa in service to our people. And I will never slight the DA for it because they gave me the opportunity to be able to contribute to South Africa. But it is the interim leadership that has come in, the new leadership that has come in, that has completely stuffed up the party. And they are very much to blame for the demise in terms of our poor showing in 2019. And you can see even in terms of the policies that they are now adopting in a very racially charged and divided South Africa, we cannot ignore the issue of race playing an important role in our lives. But also, you know, the utterances and the tweets and social media tweets of a very prominent member of that of the DA that I had taken on in public and within the structures of the party, and that's namely Helen Zille. As you know, her tweets about colonialism and such, etc., and that we as Black South Africans live in a perpetual mind frame of victimhood is something that goes right down to the bottom of the core of what I detest about people who believe that they are superior. You know, I don't want to point fingers and I don't want to draw parallels because it will just make things even more difficult and just add more to the fray. But here's the thing. You cannot, within 25 years, overturn centuries of oppression and believe that people do not, because in more than half of my lifetime, I lived under oppression and was, in terms of the law, classified as subhuman. And you cannot tell me that when I'm claiming my space now and looking at the disadvantage that a person needs to catch up with because you were at the disadvantage and unequal society living using evidence thereof, is for me to want to claim my rightful space, not just politically, but also in the social and economic sphere. And point out the fact that our economy is still vastly unequal. And poverty has no color because all people have become poorer because of a failed ANC state. So we need to recognize the fact that race is still a proxy for disadvantage in South Africa. And to ignore that is folly. So you're turning voters away. And I work for all South Africans. My call has always been, and it will still remain, we build one nation with one future. And that is my quest, and that is what I find here in that. Firstly, that the DA has deviated from, and we now have this organization that belongs to all South Africans taking center stage. And believe you me, South Africa has hope and has chance and a chance to survive. But it is up to us as all South Africans to get involved and to heed the call to action for us to save our beautiful country, which is worth saving.
Well, John, thank you very much for that and for your time with us this morning. We wish you all the best and you take care.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
John Moodey joining us this morning and his move over to ActionSA.
Massive explosions have rocked Lebanon. Homes destroyed, hundreds of people missing, and many more have passed on. Over 300,000 people have also been displaced.
Africa.